Sherri Papini, a woman from Redding, California, went missing in November 2016 after going for a run. She was found 3 weeks later on Thanksgiving, claiming that she had been kidnapped and tortured by 2 Hispanic women. The case became a media sensation, sparking fear and outrage across the country. But as the saying goes, truth is often stranger than fiction. In a stunning turn of events, this tale of heroism and survival took an unexpected twist. Background. Born on a sunny day in Redding, California on June 11th of 1980, Sherri was destined for a life filled with love, joy, and unexpected twists. Little did she know that her story would become a perplexing enigma, leaving everyone puzzled and questioning what really happened. Sherri's story begins in the idyllic town of Redding, where she met her high school sweetheart, Keith Papini. Their love blossomed, and in 2009, they sealed their commitment to marriage. The couple was blessed with 2 beautiful children, a son and a daughter, completing their picture-perfect family portrait. Sherri, known for her warm heart and dedication, chose to be a stay-at-home mom, prioritizing the upbringing of her children above all else. But Sherri's impact extended far beyond the walls of her home. She embraced her community, immersing herself in activities that brought her closer to her neighbors. From being an active member of her local church to volunteering at her children's school, Sherri's presence was felt by all. Her selflessness and willingness to lend a helping hand made her an integral part of the community fabric. While her early years may seem unremarkable, Sherri possessed a hidden talent that set her apart from the crowd. As a member of the high school track team, she discovered her passion for running. With each stride, she demonstrated determination and resilience, leaving her competitors in awe. This athletic prowess would later play a significant role in her captivating tale. After graduating from high school, Sherri continued her education at Shasta College, pursuing her dream of becoming a nurse. Her dedication paid off, and in 2002, she proudly walked away with an associate's degree in nursing. Sherri embarked on a fulfilling career, using her skills to care for those in need. Her compassion and expertise left a lasting impact on the lives she touched. However, fate had other plans for Sherri. Despite her professional success, she made a life-changing decision to step away from her career and focus solely on her family. Sherri's unwavering love and commitment to her children became her top priority, shaping the path that she would follow. Little did she know that this selfless choice would propel her into a whirlwind of events that would rock her world and ignite a nationwide frenzy. The disappearance. On that fateful day, November the 2nd of 2016, Sherri Papini laced up her running shoes and set off for her routine jog near her home in Redding, California, and she never returned. Little did she know that her ordinary run would plunge her into an extraordinary mystery that would grip the nation. As the news spread like wildfire, search parties scoured the dense forests. Law enforcement officials mobilized, and the media held its breath, capturing every twist and turn of the unfolding drama. But just when all hope seemed lost, a Thanksgiving miracle emerged. On November 24th of 2016, Sherri Papini was discovered on the side of a desolate road in Yolo County, California. The sight that greeted the rescuers was haunting. Sherri, emaciated and frail, bore the physical scars of an unimaginable ordeal. The mystery deepened as they noticed a chilling brand etched into her back, a permanent reminder of the horrors she claimed to have endured. In days of exhaustion and trauma, Sherri Papini began to recount her harrowing tales to the authorities. She described a terrifying ordeal at the hands of 2 Hispanic women who had allegedly abducted her, imprisoned her, and subjected her to unspeakable acts of violence. Chained, beaten, and starved, she summoned the strength to escape her captors, embarking on a treacherous journey back to the embrace of her family. Public response. When Sherri Papini was first found, her miraculous return captivated the hearts of people across the nation. Her story was splashed across magazine covers, and she became a symbol of strength and resilience. The world marveled at her survival and praised her as a hero. Papini's extraordinary ordeal thrust her into the spotlight, and the public rallied around her. She graced the cover of People magazine, her face radiating both pain and hope. In her hometown, a parade was held in her honor, celebrating her triumph over unimaginable adversity. Her story resonated deeply with people from all walks of life. But little did they know that behind the veil of sympathy and support, a shocking truth was waiting to be unveiled. The web of description began to unravel, exposing a puzzle with pieces that didn't quite fit. As the layers of deceit were peeled back, the true nature of Sherri Papini's disappearance would leave the nation astounded. The investigations. As the search for Sherri Papini unfolded, investigators embarked on a relentless quest to uncover the truth. The Shasta County Sheriff's Office spared no effort, leaving no stone unturned. But as they delved deeper into the case, they stumbled upon perplexing inconsistencies that would cast doubt on Papini's tale. Witnesses were questioned, and every lead was meticulously pursued. But something didn't quite add up. While Papini claimed to have been abducted by 2 Hispanic women, eyewitness accounts contradicted her story. People had reported seeing her in the days leading up to her disappearance. It was as if her vanishing act had never truly occurred. The sheriff's office meticulously combed through the evidence, searching for any clue that could unlock the mystery. But the pieces of the puzzle seemed elusive. One glaring inconsistency stood out. Papini, who claimed to have endured unimaginable torture, showed no physical signs of trauma when she was found. Suspicion began to cast its shadow on Keith Papini, Sherri's devoted husband. His unwavering support for his wife was admirable, but his statements raised eyebrows. He had spoken of Mexican drug cartels and sinister forces at play. Was he merely caught up in the chaos, or was there more to his story? Determined to uncover the truth, investigators confronted Sherri once again. They laid bare the discrepancies in her account, forcing her to confront her own web of lies. And finally, the truth began to emerge from the shadows. Sherri Papini claimed in a reenactment that she made it all up and that she wasn't kidnapped. The bombshell revelation shook the foundations of this extraordinary case. Sherri Papini, the woman who had captured the nation's sympathy, had fabricated her own abduction. The truth had been shrouded in a complex web of deception and false narratives. The arrest. Fast forward to March 2022, when the story took an unexpected turn. The FBI, armed with evidence and testimonies, descended upon Sherri Papini's doorstep, serving her with the charges of making false statements to federal law enforcement officers. The once celebrated survivor was now facing accusations of perpetrating a hoax. The arrest took place at Papini's home, a place that once symbolized safety and refuge. However, behind closed doors, a web of deceit was slowly unraveling. With her hands cuffed and the weight of the truth bearing down upon her, Papini was taken into custody without incident. Inside the interrogation room, the truth began to unfold. Admitting to her fabricated tale, Papini confessed that her claims of abduction and torture were nothing but a web of lies. She shattered the image of the victim-turned-hero, revealing a twisted plot that had kept the nation on edge. It turned out that during those crucial 3 weeks, when the world believed her to be at the mercy of her captors, Sherri Papini was actually hiding in plain sight. She had been staying with an ex-boyfriend, seeking refuge in the very arms of someone she once knew intimately. The charges against Papini were serious. 3 counts of making false statements to federal law enforcement officers. The consequences of her actions were about to come crashing down upon her, leaving her with no choice but to face the truth. In April 2022, Papini stood before the court, ready to confront her own deception. As part of a plea deal, she admitted to the world that her abduction story was nothing more than a fabrication, a desperate cry for attention and sympathy. But the story doesn't end there. Along with her guilty plea, Papini agreed to pay a hefty price, $30,000 in restitution to the California Victim Compensation Board. A symbolic act, perhaps to repay the emotional and financial toll her false claims had inflicted upon the innocent. The gavel fell, sealing Papini's fate. She was sentenced to 18 months in prison. The case is a reminder that we should always be skeptical of information that we hear or read, and that we should not be quick to judge others. It's also a reminder that the media has a responsibility to report the news accurately and fairly, and that we should not be quick to believe everything that we see or read.